This is my audience. Alrighty. Have you guys noticed that in today's society, during many of our social gatherings, we tend to take our families and friends out to eat, or we choose the famous takeout? Well, these eating choices can be very detrimental to our bodies, and this is because we don't really know what's in the food that comes out with us to us from the restaurant, and we also, the portion sizes at the restaurants tend to be a lot larger than they need to be. Today I'm going to be talking to you about healthy eating choices, and I'm going to also explain to you what my plate is. To completely understand healthy eating, we need to first understand why it's so important. Eating healthy is the best way to ensure that you keep your body in the best health possible. Your body will always reflect what you put inside of it. So if you put very healthy foods inside your body, in turn you'll feel much better and you'll feel very positive and you'll feel sharp. If you put bad stuff, bad foods inside your body, you're going to feel lethargic, maybe a little sluggish, and not have as much energy. So, and I guess it is true when they say you are what you eat. Another example is, think of a car. You wouldn't want to put diesel fuel inside of a car that takes gas because you wouldn't want to risk the money and the damages it may do. So why would you put these unhealthy foods into your body if you know they're going to cause life-threatening things? Tracy Haynes, author of the article Reasons Why Eating Healthy is Important to Stay Healthy, states, "A healthy diet is the basis for a well-functioning body. Food is the source of energy for all of our bodily functions and directly affects how our bodies and minds function in every stage of life." And I took this information from livestrong.com. Now let's look at some of the major effects that eating badly can do to our body. The first thing is short-term effects. When you eat things that aren't good for you, some of the short-term effects are lower energy levels, and also bodily functioning doesn't work as well because your cells aren't getting the nutrients they need for you to function properly. Can you guys think of some of the long-term effects bad eating could have on your body?
Being overweight.
Yes.
Diabetes.
Yes, good. So some of the long-term effects are obesity, heart disease, high blood pressure, lung cancer, and type 2 diabetes. You should also be aware that the top leading causes of death, the top two, are heart disease and lung cancer. And you guys know that these are things that we can change. These are things that people normally get because of habits they have. In today's society, it can be extremely hard for us to eat healthy because of all the temptations that are surrounding us with media and everything we see on a daily basis. But with my plate, it can be a little bit easier. And this is my plate. My plate is the current nutritional guide made by the USDA to help illustrate the 5 food groups. And you guys might have been familiar with the food pyramid. And the food pyramid has taken my plate has taken the place of the food pyramid. Michelle Obama partnered with USDA to help create this new thing. And my plate is set up in a way that the vegetables and the grains are slightly larger than the fruits and the proteins. And this is just so you know that each day you need to have more vegetables and grains than fruits and protein. You can also see you have your dairy here. So it's a very general idea, but it kind of lets people know what they should be getting. And the key message of my plate is to enjoy your food overall, but eat less by avoiding oversized portions. And I took this information from choosemyplate.gov. The USDA food guidelines says we need approximately 6 ounces of grains, 2.5 cups of vegetables, 2 cups of fruit, 3 cups of dairy, and 5.5 ounces of protein. And here you can see, this is from choosemyplate.gov. It's something the USDA has launched. And it just tells you, you need to stick to whole grains, go for darker vegetables, make sure you get all your colors, 150 minutes of exercise per week. And then it just goes and kind of breaks it down for you and tells you how much sugar and sodium you should have on average. Okay, and I thought this was neat because it breaks it up for you how much just to kind of maintain a healthy lifestyle for breakfast, you should have dairy, fruit, protein, and grains, and just goes and breaks that up for you. And this info was all taken from choosemyplate.gov. Now here's some of the 6 planning guidelines to keep in mind when you're selecting foods every day. The first thing you want to keep in mind is adequacy. You want to make sure that you eat enough to meet your nutrient needs, but you don't eat too much, so it should be adequate. The next one is balance. You want to make sure that your food is balanced, never too much of one or not enough of one. The third is calorie control. So every day you want to make sure you're being aware of the calories that you're taking in, and you also want to be aware of what you're burning, so you know your overall intake. The fourth one is nutrient density, and this basically means that the foods that you're eating provide more nutrients to your body than they do calories. That's very important. The next is moderation, and we all know that everything in moderation is better. Nothing too much of anything, and that's very important. The last is variety. You want to select food groups from foods from different varieties. Different colors is important as well. And an example I have is one of my professors in college used to wear wristbands of every color in the rainbow. And when she would eat an orange color thing, she would take that wristband and move it to the other side of her wrist. And so her goal each day was to make sure that she had all of her colored wristbands switched to the other side of her wrist. And that was just to make sure she got all her nutrients she needed. So by stopping to think and make the right choices about the foods you consume, you can help America to fight obesity. Taking these simple steps can help us stay healthy as Americans. In summary, healthy eating is something that is essential to our well-being. Making the right choices to eat healthy and using My Plate are essential for longevity. By putting the right foods into your body, you will be able to reach your full potential, and you will be able to reduce the risk of these short-term effects and the long-term effects. And with the help of My Plate and other nutrient references, you can receive recipes and things to help you maintain a healthy lifestyle. As Buddha once said, to keep the body in good health is a duty, for otherwise we shall not be able to trim the lamp of wisdom and keep our minds strong and clear. I took this information from globalhealingcenter.com. Thank you guys for listening to me today, and that's all.